Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Welcome to Categories. Today we're bringing you a great inter-district game as the Blue Valley North Mustangs are taking on the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. First from North.
Hi, I'm James, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Jake. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Austin, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Ganesh, and I'm a junior.
And our contestants from Northwest.
Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm a senior.
I'm Nicholas, and I'm a senior.
I'm Cameron, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Logan, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Gina, and I'm a junior.
All right, fantastic. Here on Categories in the first round, we will take turns answering questions. If a team responds correctly, they earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal that point. We did a coin toss before we started the taping, and it was won by the Cougars. So Northwest, here is the first category of general knowledge. What Ivy League institution was once called Connecticut College? Gina.
Yale?
It is Yale. Mustangs, fine arts, pottery specifically. What clay medium means crooked earth in Italian? Ganesh?
Marble.
Cannot accept marble. Northwest, chance to steal this fine arts pottery question. What clay medium means crooked earth in Italian? Gina?
Terracotta?
It is terracotta. Coming back to you, Cougars, with a history quotation question. Identify the author of this quotation from American history. Here it is. No terms except an unconditional and immediate surrender can be accepted. Mustangs, chance to steal this history quotations question. Identify the author of this quotation from American history. Ganesh.
Grant.
It is Grant. Very good. Coming back to you, North, with the geography. What runs through Canada at a latitude of 66 degrees, 72 minutes? Ganesh?
The Arctic Circle.
Arctic Circle. Coming back to you, Cougars, with current events. Name the rock musician who released x-rays of the hand he injured in a bike accident and said he fears he may not play the guitar again. Mustangs, chance to steal this current events question. Name the rock musician. Ganesh?
Bono.
It is Bono. Coming back to you, Mustangs, with science. The two essential requirements for this kind of storm to begin are the wind speed at ground level must exceed a certain critical speed, and the ground must contain loose, dry, light particles. What kind of storm is it? Michael.
Tornado?
Cannot accept tornado. Cougars, chance to steal this science question. The two essential requirements for this kind of storm to begin are the wind speed at ground level must exceed a certain critical speed, and the ground cover must contain loose, dry, light particles. What kind of storm is it?
A dust storm.
It is a dust storm or a sandstorm. Either one would have been acceptable. Cougars, coming back to you with literature terminology. The heading of a chapter or the titles associated with an illustration are often called what? Gina?
Caption?
It is captions. Oh. Coming back to you, North, with another vocabulary question. What is the feminine form of an executor? James.
Executress.
Then accept executress. Northwest, you have a chance to steal this vocabulary question. Same question is, what is the feminine form of an executor? Cameron.
Executora?
It is not executora. It's executrix with an X on the end. Cougars, coming back to you with a geometry question. The median drawn to the non-congruent side in an isosceles triangle is always, sometimes, or never perpendicular to that side. Cameron.
Always.
It is always. North, you have a sports question. Give me the onomatopoetic term from basketball when it's used to describe the scoring of a basket by getting the ball into the hoop without touching the rim. James.
Swish.
It is a swish. Thank you for saving me from reading that question again. I appreciate it. Cougars, U.S. government is your category. What governmental term is used to describe the distribution of legislative seats according to the population? Ben.
District mapping.
It is not district mapping. Mustangs, chance to steal this U.S. government category. What governmental term is used to describe the distribution of legislative seats according to population? Michael.
Reapportionment.
Very good. Yep, reapportionment or apportionment. Nice job. Mustangs, you have the next category. It is classical music. What period of classical music begins roughly with Monteverdi and ends with Bach? Jake.
Baroque.
Baroque. Back to you, Cougars, with U.S. geography. If you were standing in a downtown business district of the city of Indianapolis, Indiana, would you be east or west of the city of Pensacola, Florida? Ben.
West.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Mustangs, James, you would be east. Mustangs, coming back to you with general knowledge. In 2003, the 50th anniversary of his climb, he said, "I'm not very happy about the future of Mount Everest." Who was he? Ganesh?
Sir Edmund Hillary.
Sir Edmund Hillary, very good. Cougars, coming back to you with U.S. history. It's a fairly long question, so please pay attention. Who sang, "We owe no allegiance, we bow to no throne. Our rule is law, and our law is our own"? Was it the Sons of Liberty, the Committees of Correspondence, the Green Mountain Boys, or Francis Marion?
Sons of Liberty.
Sorry, it is not the Sons of Liberty. Mustangs, chance to steal this U.S. history question. Who sang, "We owe no allegiance, we bow to no throne"? Jake.
Committees of Correspondence.
I'm sorry, it is actually the Green Mountain Boys. Green Mountain Boys. Mustangs, coming back to you with another vocabulary question. It starts with the prefix semi. It means highly viscous, between solid and liquid. Jake.
Semi-fluidity.
Semi-fluidity, very good. Cougars, coming back to you with literature. A noted American writer began his 1926 story, The Little Rich Boy, with this line, "Let me tell you about the rich. They're different from you and me." Name him. Nick.
Mark Twain.
It is not Mark Twain. Mustangs, chance to steal this literature question. A noted American writer began his 1926 story, The Rich Boy, with the line, "Let me tell you about the rich. They're different from you and me." Name him. Austin.
Horatio Alger.
It is not Horatio Alger, it's F. Scott Fitzgerald. F. Scott Fitzgerald. Mustangs, we are coming back to you with the next question. It is science, specifically medicine. With which disease is the term melanoma associated? Michael.
Skin cancer.
Skin cancer, very good. Northwest, back to you with economics. Of land, labor, capital, and profits, which term would not normally be one of a country's resources? Nick?
Profits.
Profits, yes. Mustangs, coming back to you, European history. The Parisians attacked it because it stood as a symbol of the king's oppression, and it was thought to hold weapons and... Oh, Ganesh.
Bastille.
That is the Bastille. Very good. Cougars, history, this time pilgrims. When the pilgrims landed in what is now Massachusetts, they were greeted by an Indian named Squanto. What language did he speak? Ben?
English.
He did speak English. Mustangs, general knowledge is your category. The most expensive wool is obtained from the vicuna, a camel-like animal that inhabits what continent? Ganesh?
South America.
It is South America. Cougars, U.S. geography is your category. Which U.S. capital was named for a Puritan-founded city in Massachusetts, whose name was derived from the Hebrew word for peace? Cameron?
Philadelphia.
It is not Philadelphia. Mustangs, you have a chance to steal this U.S. geography category. Which U.S. capital was named for a Puritan-founded city in Massachusetts, whose name was derived? Ganesh?
Concord.
It is not Concord. Salem, Oregon. Salem, Oregon. Mustangs, we are coming back to you, however, with world geography this time, and it's resources specific. What is the world's largest copper exporting country? Ganesh?
Chile.
It is Chile. Nice job. Lots of countries to choose from on that one. Cougars, you have the next category. It is fine arts museums. MoMA, or the Museum of Modern Art, is located in New York City. Where is MoCA, the Museum of Contemporary Art, located? Nick?
Chicago.
It is not Chicago. North, you have a chance to steal this fine arts museums category. MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, is located in New York City. Where is MoCA, the Museum of Contemporary Art, located? Michael?
Paris.
It is not Paris. It's Los Angeles. Los Angeles. Mustangs, coming back to you, U.S. history. Although generally peaceful, this tribe was eventually driven to war by white encroachment. The tribe gallantly fought a running battle under Chief Joseph. Name it. Jake?
Battle of Wounded Knee.
I cannot accept that. Cougars, chance to steal this category. U.S. history. We'll finish off the category. Although generally peaceful, this tribe was eventually driven to war by white encroachment. The tribe gallantly fought a running battle under Chief Joseph. Name it. Cameron?
Cherokee.
It's not Cherokee. It's Nez Perce. Nez Perce. All right, as that siren denotes the end of our first half, we have a score of Shawnee Mission Northwest 7, Blue Valley North 13. This is the part of our program in which we are going to go to our representative from each school who's going to give us a campus update. And it looks like from the Mustangs, we have Michael. Michael, what's happening over at North?
A lot of things are actually happening. Just this past weekend, our school hosted the it's called the Debate DCI Bid Tournament, where the top teams in the state will come to our school to have a tournament. And we actually had, from our school, quite a few teams that placed in the top 10. And we also had 19 band members try out for All-State, and also 17 members try out for All-State Orchestra, so it's a big amount. And we are also presenting our musical, it's called Big Fish. And our stellar swim team already has lots of state qualifiers and are projected to do very well at state this year. And that's about it.
Excellent. All right. And over at Northwest, Gina, you are giving us the update about the Cougars.
Yes. So at Northwest, a lot of our orchestra and band members also auditioned this last weekend at all states. Our novice debate team took first place overall in the novice state tournament, which was out of 45 schools. We have a new musical called Work that they've been working on, and our improv team was just created this week. And we have another play coming up called You Can't Take It With You. And also this Friday, our school won 2 basketball games, and the girls team beat the #1 team in the state, Leavenworth, which is exciting.
Very cool. Very cool. So tell me, this improv team, is it a competitive team? Is there equipment involved? Or is it just is it like a troupe that they work with?
I mean, it can get pretty serious.
Okay. All right, good deal. All right, as we are ready to start the second round here on categories, we are going to, the second round is called the lightning round. And traditionally here on categories, we start with our look and listen question, which is worth 2 points. The look and listen question is accompanied here by, we have monitors in the studio for our contestants to watch. or even speakers for them to hear. Just this one more thing for the contestants. Once someone rings in, that we cannot stop the tape and rewind it. We have to go right from there. And you are free to respond after I'm done with this question. So here we go. Here's our look and listen question. Identify the music you're about to hear as a polka, a scherzo, a waltz, or minuet. Ben? It is a waltz. Very good. So 2 points to Northwest. So here we go with the rest of our lightning round, in which we'll place questions on the floor for either team to answer. If a team responds correctly, they earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team will still get a chance to steal. Current events is the category for both teams. Pope Francis recently made a religious argument to address what global issue? Nick?
Poverty.
It is not poverty. Mustangs, you have a chance to steal this current events question. Pope Francis recently made a religious argument to address what global issue? Ganesh?
Gay marriage.
It is not gay marriage. Climate change. Climate change. Science, biology for both teams. What term refers to a hair-like cellular projections used for locomotion? James?
Cilia.
Cilia. Shakespeare for both teams. What advice does Hamlet give Ophelia, bidding her life? James?
Get thee to a nunnery.
Get thee to a nunnery. Mythology for both teams. This group of goddesses avenged wrongs, tormented criminals. James?
The Furies.
The Furies. Military history, specifically World War II. About 50% of all American and Filipino POWs were too sick to continue, and another 25% died in prison camp. I am referring to what infamous? James?
Bataan Death March.
The Bataan Death March. General knowledge for both teams. General knowledge specifically to the states. The soil of which state is considered the finest in America? Cameron?
California.
It is not California. Mustangs, chance to steal this general knowledge states question. The soil of which state is considered the finest in America? James?
Iowa.
Iowa. World geography for both teams. It incorporated with largely Arab Jaffa in 1950 to form one Israeli city. Name it. Nick?
Mecca.
It is not Mecca. Mustangs, chance to steal this world geography question. It incorporated with largely Arab Jaffa in 1950 to form one Israeli city. Name it. Jake?
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv. Science, astronomy for both teams. We've all seen that group of stars we call the Big Dipper. How many stars make up the Big Dipper? James?
7.
It is 7. Business for both teams, multiple choice. Retail sales workers, wholesale salespersons, and account executives are all examples of career opportunities in the field of personnel, finance, marketing, or production. Michael?
Marketing.
Marketing. Art history for both teams. This painting may be the world's most valuable since it was once assessed for insurance purposes to be worth $100 million. It measures 3 feet by 2 feet and 4 inches. Name the painter and the painting. James?
Mona Lisa da Vinci.
Mona Lisa da Vinci, very good. Sports for both teams. What was the name of the schooner that won the first America's Cup? It's called America. Thank goodness. If it was called something else, it would have been that. Vocabulary for both teams. What 6-letter word refers to the organized and creative arrangements of the lines, shapes, textures, spaces, and colors of artwork? It's design. Design. Famous places. This hotel was torn down to make room for the Empire State Building. Name that hotel. It's the Waldorf Astoria. U.S. geography for both teams. What river in America has tributaries that pass through 31 states? Cameron.
The Mississippi River.
It is the Mississippi River. Fine arts painters is the next category. Paul Cézanne saw geometry in nature reflected in 3 shapes. Name them. By the way, they're all solids. Oh, Michael, you got in just before the
Triangles, rectangles, and circles.
I cannot accept that. Cougars, you have a chance to get this, steal this fine arts painters category. Paul Cézanne saw geometry in nature reflected in 3 shapes. By the way, they are all solids. Name them. Gina.
Spheres, cubes, and cones?
You're close. Spheres and cones, cylinders is the other one. Let's try it. Science, chemistry for both teams. Give the chemical name for the compound HNO3. Jake.
Nitrate.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. Cougars, chance to steal this chemistry category. Give the chemical name for this compound of HNO3. Ben?
Nitric acid.
Pardon me?
Nitric acid.
We can accept that, yeah. Looking for the acid part on that one. Science for both teams. What mollusk, sometimes called the devilfish, has a parrot-like beak encircled by 8 arms? Nick.
Squid.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. North, you have a chance to steal this science question. What mollusk, sometimes called the devilfish? Jake?
Octopus.
Octopus is the one with 8. Octopus is the one with 8. Yep. All right, here we go. Literature is the next category. What book detailing life in most let me start over. What book detailing life in the most infamous Confederate Civil War prison won McKinley Cantor the Pulitzer Prize in 1956? Jake.
Charlie Skedaddle.
That is not Charlie Skedaddle. Cougars, you have a chance to steal this literature question. What book detailing life in the most infamous Confederate Civil War prison won McKinley Cantor the Pulitzer Prize in 1956? Andersonville. Sports for both teams. The numerical scoring in what game was originally divided into 4 equal parts? 15, 30, 45, and 60.
Tennis.
Tennis. Math terminology for both teams. In mathematics, what kind of statement must be proven before it is accepted? Gina.
Postulate?
I cannot accept postulate. Mustangs, you have a chance to steal this math terminology question. In mathematics, what kind of statement? Jake?
Theorem.
Presidential history for both teams. Which president gave the longest inaugural address? Ganesh.
William Henry Harrison.
And ironically served the shortest term as president. Both teams, Soviet Union or former Soviet Union geography. Name any one of the 3 Transcaucasian republics of the former Soviet Union. Ganesh.
Georgia.
Very good. Armenia and Azerbaijan is the other one. General knowledge for both teams. You are reading the classified ads of an automobile section and come across this ad. 1982 Chevy Impala wagon, $550, OBO. What does OBO stand for? Or best offer. Is what it stands for. Science for both teams. Which branch of physical geography would studies of piers and tides be made? Jay.
Oceanography.
Current events for both teams. Name the current Mexican president who made his first official visit to the White House since taking office 2 years ago. Ganesh.
Nieto?
That is correct. Very good. More of you should have known that, by the way. It's our neighboring country. Music terminology for both teams. What noun is used in music for a cluster of tones that seem to lack harmony? Michael.
Tremolo.
I cannot accept that. Cougars, chance to steal this music terminology question. What noun is used in music for a cluster of tones that seem to lack harmony? Cameron.
Dissonance.
Dissonance or discord. Either one was acceptable. U.S. government for both teams. Both of the Middle of the Road Party and the Bimetallic League nominated him for president in 1896. Name this Nebraskan who became Wilson's Secretary of State. Jake.
Bryant.
Brian, very good. Sports, baseball records specifically. Who holds the record for the most wins in a career by a pitcher? James.
Greg Maddux.
It's not Greg Maddux. Cougars, you have a chance to steal this baseball records category. Who holds the record for the most wins in a career by a pitcher at 511? Nick?
Young.
It is Young. Cy Young. Math is the next category. What is the square root of 225? Michael.
15.
15. Spelling. How do you spell raspberry? Jake.
RASPBERRY.
That is correct. U.S. history for both teams. Name the first woman cabinet member. Time on that one. Frances Perkins. Frances Perkins. With that siren, that does denote the end of our game with a score of Blue Valley North 31, Shawnee Mission Northwest 14. Please join us again here on Categories, as next time we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students throughout Johnson County.